Kangaroo versus Transformer. Wow, you knocked his block off. Careful, Roo's got friends in some high and low places. Of course, it's anyone's fight in the end. Don't forget, Hippo plays the winner. Looks like we'll need new parts and a whole new zoo. Of course, the aquarium can be fun too. These pinchers could use some extensions. Grab some broken toys for a few spare parts. Now things are about to get really wired. You can never have too many pinchers. He's ready to rumble, or hit the disco, whatever comes first. Now it's your turn. Think of it like one big puzzle. Well, that's one way to build somebody up. Wow, look at the muzzle on this guy. But a croc doesn't have to be too scary. In fact, why don't we add all sorts of colors? Yeah, go from crab to mantis shrimp, just like that. Now this brings new meaning to Four Eyes. Grab some wires for a brand new exoskeleton. Cover with foil and add a matching tail. Now let's just add a few final touches. And you know who could use some arms. Much better. The red's nice, but a croc needs some scales. Fill up every nook and cranny, even around the arms. Besides, we'll still have plenty of red, just in your mouth. Plus some white teeth and blue lipstick. Wow, guess this guy really is blue. Dabba-dee, dabba-die. Still, we could always use a splash of green, too. Don't like the color? Well then, just paint over it. You're almost done. Just add a few more pieces. Of course, slow and steady sometimes wins the race. Yeah, you really want to get the drool just right. And those boils looking their bloodiest. So, are you guys ready for a rematch? Careful, I'd avoid those teeth. Didn't I tell you? Well, your Transformers all in pieces. Next time, a little hot glue might help.
What? Hey!
Whoa! Oops. least it's still got some neat toys. Oh, it bites. Are you feeling all right? Looks like he's feeling better and inspired. Guess he's got an eye for crafting. He's gonna fix up this kangaroo. Let's start with some leg extensions. We're gonna need something sharp. The claws are coming out tonight. Next, those paws. Sand them into shape. Of course, we need a hands-on approach. Some clay will help smooth things out. Now it's time for a quick incision. Of course, he's gonna need some teeth. Cover him up with some yellow paint. And here I thought the platypus was weird looking. Next up, why don't we fix up this giraffe? Let's just trim a little off the top. Now grab the heavy artillery. Take what's left and sand it into place. Don't worry, you'll get new legs. A whole bunch. Some clay and wires will help whip things into shape. Just don't forget to make some room for spikes. Looks like dental's included in your makeover package. But even a scary giraffe could use a fresh coat of paint. We can't forget your spots either. Uh-oh. Looks like something's breaking at the zoo. And not just the fights. Hey, a hippo. Let's clean him up. But first, it's lunchtime. Save those bones. We can use them. I'm starting to get star-nosed mole vibes. But we can use some clay around the jaws. Now let's saw off those legs. We can always get new ones. We'll need some clay, spikes, and a pair of red eyes. Just remember one thing about spikes. They can be a real pain in the back or side. Our zoo's almost done, but there's still room for a gorilla. At least what's left of him. We can rebuild him. Let's fill in those limb extensions. Beads and spikes add a needed touch. As do spider legs. My, what big paws you have. And look at those teeth. Of course, pink really isn't his color. Silverback gray, and blood red for those boils. Looks like our zoo's ready. Well, maybe this will shut him up. Don't touch. He's got a very special building kit for you. Judging by the box, it looks like you've got Optimus Prime. I guess your friend here prefers Bumblebee and classic kits. Seriously, the other one looks store-bought new. Look, a spider. Guess you're not a fan. But your friend here sure loves them. It's about time we cleared off the cobwebs. Might as well inspect the parts while we're at it. Well, at least they still fit together. But they could still use a little cleaning. Unless that purple stuff's supposed to be there. Just make sure Bumblebee's head's on straight. I wonder if those are extra parts, especially that sticky stuff. Wow, those new pieces are shiny. I was about to ask about dimming the lights. Once again, the head completes the look. Oh, the arms. Almost forgot about the arms. Or the rest of all that armor. Now he looks ready for battle. Wow, he can really move with all those joints. I'm sure that's eating up you-know-who inside. So why not customize a few spare parts? One extension and paint job coming up. Next up, let's cut up those goggles. Oh yeah, make sure you take them off first. Use the pieces to make some wings, 'cause this bumblebee's gonna fly. But we're not done with the extensions just yet. I see we're keeping the pink stuff too. Wow, it's really coming together. Wait, we're missing a piece. Hey, that's our tire. He's complete, but he sure could use some sprucing up. Maybe a shower while we're at it? No? But at least we can customize. Still, these guys both look great in the end. It goes to show you that age is really just a number. Well, especially when you can still strike a good pose. What's that you have there? A doll? And that's not all. Open wide. We've got just the thing for you. Now a little something in between the eyes. How about a quick trim around the top? The right helmet will cover it all up. Huh? Let's speed things up. If you want to get ahead, that is. Some stickers to finish it up. Now let's get to work on the torso. With all the fixings, I might add. Complete with the head on top. Well, he's just getting started too. He needs armor, or some clothes at the very least. Don't worry, doll. We've got your back. Grab that piece. It'll work great with some wheels. I wonder if this guy gets good mileage. Well, we can tweak him up. Hey, careful. Building brick by brick is hard, but worth it. No such thing as too many wheels. You know, those legs could use an upgrade. Got any old tools? Yeah, we can use them. Not for building, as much as building material. Some joints will give it just the right kick. We're rebuilding the leg after all. Throw on a kneecap. Don't forget the wheel. Now our guy can really stand tall. Stop motion. What can't it do? Hold on. This piece could use a little help. Your arms all done. All 2 of them. Plus shoulder pads. Wow, this guy really gets into his work. First, make an arm. Next, make a muscle. And speaking of muscle, why don't we fill it out? Don't forget some wires to keep it connected. And some fingers will add just the right touch. Of course, once the body's built, the fun can begin. Add all the right decals in all the right places. Well, who needs stickers when we've got paint? Besides, black goes with everything.
Seriously?
Of course, spray paint sure helps to speed things up. Still, a brush is needed for those little touches. Some sheen will give it a real metallic look. You know, I heard purple was the new black. We're done. And you know what that means. Posing time. These guys can take on any threat and look good while doing it.